Welcome to episode 322 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from GeeksFTW.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Alrighty, this week's been kind of crazy.
It has. Including the fact, well, last week, we put that off. We put the recording off to last week, and then I forgot, which is why there was no show. And I took a nap. Yeah. About 9 o'clock, I woke up and went, "Oh fuck, we were supposed to record." Oops.
Yeah, I was like, it was like 30 minutes after our normal, log on time. I was like, I guess we're not recording. Okay.
Nope, because I was asleep. Because I forgot.
Oh, the week started out crappy.
Yeah.
Passing.
Yeah, it did. It did. That my sister texted me. Yeah, she was the first one to tell me, and I was quite sad.
Yeah, I saw something online, and I'm like, please be a hoax. Because you see some of those like fake celebrity death stuff, or was it didn't like the Washington Post or one of those major websites one time accidentally published like an article, because they have a lot of these like obituaries or
and
pre-made. They have them pre-written up.
It's funny because there was one time Stan Lee was on with, I think it was David Letterman, I think it was, and he was talking about when he used to work in at a newspaper. His job was to actually write those obituaries ahead of time, and he says that he hoped that there was a file cabinet around the world for him, because then he would have made it. And I can almost guarantee you there absolutely was.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, the most iconic figure in comic books, like comic book creation. Like, you could probably you could probably show even some of the, most hardcore fans of comics pictures of certain comic creators, and they would be like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you
Absolutely.
look at, you know, you show the random guy on the street Stan Lee, and they're like, "That's Stan Lee.
Yeah, yeah,
I love him in the Marvel movies."
that's Stan Lee. Everybody, everybody knows his voice. I mean, he not he was
Excelsior.
yeah, I he was. I think he is the only comic book creator that was not only famous behind the scenes but in the spotlight as well. Being everybody knew his face, everybody knew his voice. He narrated a lot of the cartoons. I remember watching the Hulk cartoon. He did the narrator.
He's had cameos and just all sorts of stuff.
Yes,
So
including non-Marvel stuff.
yeah, like Mallrats.
Yeah,
He had a pretty interesting role in Mallrats. Like he had the emotional speech at, at the end to the guy to which, and it turned out the guy's friend paid Stan Lee to lie about, because he to go get the girl. I don't know if you remember Mallrats or not, but
I don't remember Mallrats. I,
Stan
I
Lee
I knew he was in it.
Stanley told a story about a girl that he never got, and this emotional story. Tried to convince the main character to go chase the girl, and then he goes, and then the I think it was, I can't remember, but the main character's friend ends up giving Stan Lee money because he paid him to lie about that story. Stanley was just there signing comics or something in the mall. But yeah. Um, apparently there was a reality show like about becoming a superhero or something that Stanley was part of.
Yes, I do remember that. It was on Sci-Fi. I remember that show.
Yeah, apparently, like, yeah, and he was like the host of it.
Yes.
I had no idea about that until I was watching one of the other comic book, or one of the comic book YouTubers. They were talking about, they had hit their own Stanley thing.
Yeah, and of course now like a lot of stories about Stan Lee coming out and stuff. And there was one I read on Reddit where somebody this was early. This was kind of early on. I want to say maybe this was back when comic books cost 25 cents. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
So just take you back there, where it was a kid who put his allowance in an envelope and mailed it to Marvel, asking for, I think it was 3 annuals, like 3 certain annuals. I think one was like Fantastic Four, X-Men, and there was another one I can't remember. And they sent it back saying that you can't send money in the mail, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And wait until September or whatever. He never the poster never did mention kind of how far away September was, but it kind of made it like this was like maybe like April. But he wrote them back, or he wrote to Stanley directly after that, saying that I what if these annuals are gone? I mean, I can't wait that what if the annuals aren't around in September? I want to give you my money. And Stanley wrote back with this, this is absolutely unheard of. Heads are going to roll about this, and like sent him the 3 annuals that he asked for free of charge. If a kid wants to give us money, we will take his money. Basically, that's what he said.
you know, there's a lot of stories that people are talking about that, you know, that it's like we've known for a while, you know, about like he almost gave up comics, but it was his wife who
Mm.
told him to, you know, to do one more comic the way he wants to do it, and that's was the Fantastic Four,
Fantastic Four.
and that's what pretty much started the modern day Marvel comics that we know
Mm.
and love.
Yep.
So, and you know, variety of other stories. What's your favorite cameo?
I knew you were going to ask me this.
I've heard
I
a lot of people
think,
say, "Oh, I love the Deadpool one where he's in the strip club." Like, yeah, that's funny, but that's not my
yeah.
favorite.
Um, it would have to be the one in the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s.
The animated series.
Yes.
That was gonna be mine.
That is probably my favorite cameo.
It's just so heartwarming. Like,
It really is. I'm happy I thought of that one. Just yeah, that is the
that was the
best
one I
one.
was gonna say. Yeah. I'm kind of shocked. I didn't know you were gonna. I thought you were gonna pick a movie one.
I was going through them, but yeah, that's got to be my
Yeah.
favorite one.
I mean, it's so great when Madam Web takes him to the, I guess, to our universe,
Pretty much, yeah.
and Stanley, you know, that you get to see, he gets to see his creation, and he gets to web swing, and it's just, it's just heartwarming. Like, it's so good. It really is. Um, and like, you know, like I said, I was watching you this one of I was watching a podcast on YouTube, bunch of comic book reviewers. None of them mentioned it. Even and they some of them were big Spider-Man fans that were saying that, you know, during the actual their Stan Lee show, Spider-Man is my favorite, you know, and none of them mentioned that, and I'm like, wow. What's your favorite movie cameo?
Maybe Avengers, where uh, where Thor gets him drunk, and they have to carry him off, and he just goes, "Excelsior." That was Avengers, right?
Age of Ultron.
Was it Age of Ultron? Okay, so Avengers
Yeah.
2.
I think my favorite would be the Guardians 2, where he's chatting with
We're with the Watcher.
the Watchers. Yeah, he's
Okay,
chatting with the Watchers, and you kind of are like, is he a Watcher? Like, because that was always my theory, is he's a Watcher. He's
because he's
I told
everywhere.
I told you that like years ago. That was my
Yes, you did.
theory, because he's everywhere. Always, like, it made so much sense.
Yeah.
And then they had him, you know, talking to the Watchers about, you know, his stuff, and yeah. What was it? What did he say? He was like, "Oh, and I called him Tony Stank." Isn't that what he said to the Watchers? He was
I
talking about that
honestly don't
moment.
remember. I don't remember what he said.
I think that might. I think that he was talking about that. But yeah, that was a good one too. Tony Stank. uh, but yeah, man. And you know, they've there's rumors that they've filmed a bunch of like generic cameos to put in movies in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
Yeah,
And if
I read that. Yeah, you know that he's filmed enough to fit in like 10 movies.
yeah, I think his goal was he wanted to what's it called? Beat Alfred Hitchcock's record cameos. I want to say it was like 70. I think I heard it was like 70 something. But you know, Stan Lee's been in a lot of cameos. You know, even before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. that a lot of people just don't remember, you know?
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man the animated series, for example, or I think he was, he was in the Hulk show, the the live action Hulk show. He had a
Mm-hmm.
cameo in that. But yeah, it's this really hit me hard. It really did. Like,
I was quite sad. I was really sad.
cuz I always wanted to go meet him. I really did. And I almost did a few times. I almost went to Dallas Comic-Con, you know, for the sole purpose of meeting him. And then, it would just, I don't know, it was just stuff would happen and I'd be like, ah, well, there's next year, you know. There's always that mindset, you know. It's like, well, I could go, but I chose other stuff instead. And it's just, yeah. I really don't know what other, like, celebrity is gonna. I can't think of another celebrity that would hit me as hard as this did. Because, Stanley's always been there. He's always been,
Yeah. Hmm.
we were
No.
kids watching the Spider-Man the animated show.
Yeah,
I was
I can't think of another like celebrity that has like made the impact that Stanley has on to me personally.
Yeah, oh, especially since we've seen, interviews with him. We've seen stories he's told. We know the backstory of, you know, all this, his backstory, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the fact that he created almost all the good Marvel characters,
Yeah.
especially like our favorite Spider-Man.
It was
Oh,
definitely,
it's
and I've seen a lot of wonderful like artists have come out and you know like a lot of superheroes crying kind of a thing, and I've seen a lot of good artist renditions of Stanley and stuff like that.
oh man, I heard of one. I haven't been able to find it. It was Doctor Strange opening a portal for Stan Lee, and on the other side was his wife. I heard one of the comic book YouTubers were talking about they had seen that, and I just haven't been able to find that one, but that sounds really nice.
There was one. It was one I saw. It was a news. It was a news comic. Um, it was just the kind of the heavening like a god ray coming out of the clouds and saying, "Hey, I heard you make cool universes, kid."
Hmm.
Like, yeah,
The thing that like really gets me or upsets me the most was like the past like year and a half was just not great for him. I don't know if you've
no,
heard
it
all this.
wasn't.
He was
No,
being
yeah,
taken
there's
advantage of. He was like there was reports that he was house arrest. He was under like pretty much house arrest, and nobody had heard from him for you know, like weeks. There was a time where nobody had heard from him for like a couple weeks, and
yeah,
like
and
it was
his
crazy.
health wasn't that great.
And they like his he was being taken advantage of by like his financial manager and stuff like that. And there was like reports that there were some reports that his daughter was involved and some that his daughter wasn't involved, and people were just forcing him to go to comic cons and pushing him real hard at them, stuff like that. which it's sad. It really is. But yeah, it's definitely a big impact.
Just on the off chance I looked it up, there's a good number of Stanley Funko Pops.
Really, that's cool. Need to get one then. They should come out with one that's like his cameos in the Marvel movies. Like,
One of them definitely is. It was when one of his when he was a general in one of them. It's him in that uniform.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Captain America, where he said, I
Yes.
thought he'd be taller. Something like he said some snide remark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be sad when we're like when we find when the his last cameo releases.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, yeah. So that started the week out, and that really was, man, that it's still affecting me right now. Like, because he was the father of Marvel. Everyone says so.
Like, well, and like just not only Marvel, but like DC wouldn't be where it was. Comics wouldn't be where it is today without him.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like, there's like it's not just Marvel he have acted. It was comics in general. He, you know, it wouldn't be where it is today at all without
And
him.
there's so many characters that I'm like, oh yeah, he did have a part in that. Okay, like the X-Men. I forgot he had created the X-Men. For
Mm-hmm.
some reason, I thought the X-Men weren't his. I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought that, and Thor. Forgot well, he didn't create Thor, but he created Thor in the Marvel universe, of
Right.
course. Um, and I like the fact that he he said, I don't get why Superman can fly. He doesn't have, there's no propulsion, there's no nothing. That's why Thor spins his hammer and throws it, which it makes sense. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
which that's Marvel. Marvel was
Which
always like
you
grounded
know
in
it also
reality.
makes as much sense of Thor can hover just by spinning it real fast like a helicopter. Well, okay, physics don't work like that, but he's a god, so we're gonna let that
And
slide.
I mean, it's comics, like But as far as Marvel goes, it's more it's Marvel's more, Marvel characters are more relatable because they're not the gods for the most part.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah, they have flaws.
And that's the big Stan Lee. That's
You know,
mostly Stan Lee's doing.
yeah, characters have flaws in comics due to Stan Lee.
And that's why we can relate to them. Like Spider-Man, we love Spider-Man and we can relate to him cuz we were kids growing up. Spider-Man was everywhere. Spider-Man was a kid, it's like one of the comic book YouTubers were like, it's like what if Robin became a superhero on his own? That's Spider-Man. He's the sidekick, not being a sidekick. And that's why
Yeah,
Spider-Man's so popular is because, you know, he was the kids superheroes that they could relate to. Because, for the most part, most of the time, Spider-Man's a kid, in high school. You know, he's a kid in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now.
Yeah.
As far as kid in high school, anyways. Anyways, though, let's move on. What have you been up to?
Well, before that news hit, um, I did Extra Life a couple weeks ago. And I hit 220% of my goal.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. So, I believe that is a success.
Definitely.
So,
What's your
yeah,
total raised?
Out of all 8 years,
Yeah.
let's find out. I'm curious now as well.
It shows you, right?
Yeah, it does. 1,440.
Trying to find out what mine is. Oh, you passed me. I'm at 984.
But I've also how many have you done?
I did 2011 to 2014. So yeah, I haven't done any in a while.
Okay, see, I've done 7, so
I'm gonna try to do it next year, definitely.
I ended up playing, a lot of games that some of them, a couple games I haven't played but yet. Battlefield 1, I ended up playing that, and played a lot more of that than I expected to because I had never played it, and it ended up being a lot of fun. And I ended up playing it twice, like because I did the whole 12-hour split on 2 different days. I played it on Saturday and I played it on Sunday.
Okay.
So I ended up playing a lot of Battlefield 1, so which was a lot of fun. And I ended up playing a lot of Black Ops 4 because I ended up buying that Saturday night.
Didn't we play Black Ops 4?
We played it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was also a lot of fun. So yeah, Extra Life happened.
We played it recently and won.
Yeah, I finally won again. Never got the achievement.
Never? Oh my god.
The achievement has not popped up.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
So just gotta win again.
Definitely, we gotta win again. Yeah. This time I'll help.
Yeah, because I did everything that round. I got all the kills. The last time actually, we'll just talk about Call of Duty now. The last time I actually played Blackout, I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on just unlocking one character that I know how to unlock that doesn't involve a random drop. That's Seraph. Everybody else was trying to unlock Seraph too. To unlock Seraph, you have to be the first to shoot a certain target with a Mozu, the revolver. A certain target at the firing range. And every time I dropped at firing range, 8 other people dropped there too.
Oh, and then it's trying to find that weapon.
No, it was trying to live. Try not to die within a minute. Trying to live longer than a minute. Because I probably ended up playing like 5 games, and I died instantly every single time. So no, I played below than that. I probably played 10 times. I died within a minute, and that got disheartening. So I just switched over to multiplayer.
I've only unlocked 2 characters so far.
Yeah, you got lucky. I would have unlocked a second character if the change that's out now was in place. I would have recon. No, not recon.
No, recon was the no damage to the circle.
That's the what you have. Oh, who's got the dog? Who's got the dog? I can't think of who has the damn dog. Because that's that.
Poker chip one too. Remember?
We did almost have the poker chip one. That was actually kind of fun. Well, but the thing with the guy with the dog, I cannot think of the name of that guy. That's gonna bug me. Is I actually the things are how to unlock him now. I have done, but at the time you had to find the dog's dog tag, and then kill 3 people with specialist skins. But that requires other people to use specialist skins or have unlocked specialist skins.
Okay.
So they took out the requirement of it being specialist skins. Just get 3 kills. And it is Nomad.
Oh, okay. Oh, what was it? I almost had another one, or not almost, but I killed a dude once, and I saw he had a thing, and it was like, get a kill with a shotgun, get a kill with melee, and then I can't remember what the third thing was. Probably finish top something, but I was like, well, that sucks because there's only like 10 people left, and I'm not gonna be able to get this. I'm not gonna get a shotgun kill and a melee kill.
Oh, speaking of melee, they broke melee recently. Like straight up broke it, like to where it didn't work.
Oh, really?
Like there were clips on Reddit of people are at that point where they're trying to get gold weapons and everything because they've prestige to the max already. So they're just trying to get like the gold variants, everything. Well, including the knife. And there are clips online of people using the knife, stab, 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 and they get shot and die because nothing happens.
That's pretty bad.
There was an update last night that supposedly fixed it, and a lot of people were also, especially the PC players, were getting really pissed off at these updates.
I saw there was an update last night, which I'm like, there was an update like on Tuesday.
This is to fix what they broke. This was supposedly to fix the melee, and as well as because when this came out on PC, they promised that there would be PC specific balance changes to the game. Right, that is nice, but they never happened. until last night. Last night was the first PC only balance changes. So people were getting pissed that they hadn't happened until last night.
Hmm.
So
They're updating the game and they're making changes, and
they are
you know
updating the game.
they're they're doing a lot better than PUBG. Like as far as like their battle pass goes, because it's like, oh my god, 200 tiers, but then they come out with, oh, that is it, the double XP weekend they had, which
It's
you
more
got
than
a bunch
200
of tiers
tiers.
from.
It's more than 200 tiers.
It's only 200 unless they've added
900. It's
some.
900.
The battle
You
pass is 900 tiers.
you can't see it because you can't go up that high. You can't see it until you get past that.
Wait, 900 tier?
It is
What?
900 plus tiers.
So
That
it
is the
just
other thing
stops
that
at
people are
200?
absolutely pissed about.
It stops at 200
It doesn't
until
stop.
you get to 200.
Yes, when you scroll up, yes, it stops at 200 until you get there.
When you scroll up, you scroll sideways.
Yeah, that's what I meant. When you scroll until you get to 200,
Oh, wow, I didn't know it was 900 tiers. Wow.
because people have, it's over $1,000 fucking dollars to do it.
I mean, that's a little ridiculous, I guess. Yeah.
People are pissed.
200, the 200, I was like, okay, that's a lot of tiers, but the changes they're making, that's manageable. 200, because they got the double XP weekend. You got to tier like 20 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you and also they have now if you play a multiplayer match, or if you win a multiplayer match or a merit in Blackout, you each day you get a free tier,
Mm-hmm.
which that's really nice. Like,
Right, which actually that works better than I was expecting it, because I was like, oh, it's just gonna level you up to just the next level, and then you got that whole next level to go. Nope, it leaves you right where you're at and just jumps you up a level, and you continue going up.
that's really nice. Yeah,
So
I was shocked when
potentially
that
you can even get 2 tiers in one game.
definitely. So wow, 900 tiers, really?
It's 900 plus, and it does repeat. Stuff repeats.
I have not heard about this. Wow.
Yeah, because I watched Shroud do it. I watched him do it.
Wow. That's crazy. 200 seemed like a bunch, but with the changes they're making, it's like, you're leveling up pretty quickly, it seems like. Especially that double XP weekend, yeah. I wish I played more that weekend.
Yeah, and I swear it's now half XP. I swear it's lower.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that's just crazy. I'm really shocked I haven't seen anything on this. Like, trying to find like
There's no news articles about it whatsoever. You gotta. It's all community stuff.
Yeah. You'd think there'd be a news article about it, but I don't find anything.
Nah, you gotta look in the community. Yeah,
Now,
because
are there like
I
when you
watched
get
Shroud
past
by.
200? What's there? Is it
It's more.
like more special stuff? Like, was
Yeah.
it 105 is like the unicorn
I don't
skin
think it's.
weapon?
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like. I
Or is
think
it
that's. It's just more of the random cases.
Oh, it's just okay. That makes sense then. If okay, I'm on board there. If it was like special crazy weapon skins like that, like I said, I think I want to get to like 105 because it's that like unicorn where the gun looks like a
I want
unicorn.
fucking 200. I want that gun. Oh, and but with that unicorn gun, actually, if you add the extra barrel onto it, it completes a loop. It does a loop. The
Oh,
horn
that's
does.
cool.
Like that
That's cool.
doesn't work. That's not how guns work.
Yeah, but it looks cool. It's a cool, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of my goal I want to get to. I'm like, it's there's like 30 something days. That means I
Yeah,
gotta.
it's another month.
That means I gotta get like on average like 3 levels a day, which I can at least get if I play. If I win one match or get a merit, I can at least get 1 level that way. So yeah, it's doable. Especially if I have like a long session, like on.
Yeah, longer section of blackout, the better. Because I think blackout is actually you actually get um more XP in those tiers than you do just playing games, just playing multiplayer games. But you got to be in like a long game in order for it to equal out.
Yeah. I have like they have stuff you can buy with their COD points now, but nothing's really been like, oh, I have to buy that.
Battery,
And
there was a battery one a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago, so I got that one and just haven't done anything with it. I've unlocked everything in it already, which I kind of like how that works. Because what it basically does is it doesn't give you everything in the pack. It just adds another level onto your
challenges
onto your tier. Just like the Halloween one, where you basically just had
yeah. Okay.
two bars going across. It does the same thing with that stuff there.
I don't know if I like that or not. I see Fortnite. They have a thing where like, oh, you buy a skin, and then it gives you challenges to like uh like some skins it gives you challenges to unlock certain customizations to it, like you can change the color like to blue or to red theme or stuff like that, kind of like that, where you get it, but then you can unlock like variants of it.
Okay, yeah. That's not
But
how these are. What I do wish they would do, and I can see them doing this, is not having the face paints tied to
characters.
an outfit.
Oh, outfit. Okay. Yeah.
Because like I don't know, it's not really just the outfit, it's more of like what kind of outfit it is, like generic. There's like 3 face paints that you can. There's like 4 outfits and like 3 face paints, and you can mix and match the face paints there. But you got to be wearing a generic outfit to have that face paint. But like anything outside of those is like, oh, it's just one outfit and a face paint and a decal, and you have to use those.
Okay.
You can't mix and match them. I want to mix and match them. And I can see them doing that once people are happier with like the way that things are. Just doing quality of life stuff from. And Blackout, looting in Blackout just fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks.
You have a bigger problem, with some of the stuff in Blackout than I do. Like the quick bar or whatever. You hate that.
That's not quick. That is not quick.
I mean, it's
it's faster than going into your inventory and doing it there. Yes, but like if you have like you're carrying an RC car and a barrier and like all three different kinds of health items, and then you also have a scope that you're not using, and you pick up a gun that you can equip that scope with. You press up, and it's all the way, and the cursor's all the way into your medic stuff because that's where you were just last. You gotta then go
Yeah, it should default in the middle. It really should. That'd make it
I want a radial menu. I want to hold down the left bumper, and gives me the medic or the health stuff. I want to hold down the right bumper, and it gives me the throwables. And then you hold down the up on the D-pad, and it gives you that stuff. Because and another thing with the perks and stuff, okay, I'm gonna use this perk. Hold, and use this one now. Hold, use this one. Hold, like no, that is not quick.
And like, be glad we're not like a popular podcast, because that'd be turned into a GIF so quick. If this is a popular podcast. That was such a gifable moment.
But just I look on PC on how that works, and it's just like with using the perks, it's right click. That's it. You don't have to hold it. It's just right click. It's like that's just you're making it slower on purpose. Like you're already giving us a radial menu for gestures and commands and stuff. Cool, right? Radial menus on consoles are a good thing. Use them more. PUBG just added more radial menus. Cool, those work great. Give us radial menus on the damn consoles. We're on consoles. We're already limited with our buttons. Let's make it easier.
Yeah, I'm sure that they will. They'll switch things up. They've been adding stuff, and changing stuff and making it, somewhat better. They had that. Was it the Blightfather event going on?
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool. I wish we would have been able to really do more with that.
I killed him twice. Yeah, I say that because not sure he died either time, or at least the first time it was when the blue was actually coming across. So I'm not sure whether we killed him, me and my sister killed him, or the blue killed him, which didn't.
Yeah, I think the blue does kill the zombies.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what killed him. And then with you and I, he might have gone underground.
Yeah. Then we got shot at.
And then we got killed. So don't know. But I did fight him again in the specialist stuff, so.
Yeah, so hopefully there's more events, hopefully they'll do more stuff soon. I'm liking it. I really am.
Have you done all the specialist missions? Okay. I finished them last night. And
it's weird. It said you were in the blackout lobby the whole time.
That's weird because I really wasn't.
That's why I sent you the message.
That's why I wasn't. I was playing specialists.
It said you were in the blackout lobby, and I'm like, he's been in this lobby for, either he booted
No.
it up and just stepped away, or I don't know. Like,
Nope. Um, but yeah, there's a small story which actually it's like there could have been a story here, but okay. Um, at the very end, after you do all of them, you get a little video clip of Woods and Mason in what looks like the asylum on the blackout map. Looks like and Woods wrote something on either the wall or a mirror. No idea what he wrote. And my sister is convinced that it is on the map. Because, and I kind of agree with her there, because Woods just goes, "Don't black out on me, Mason."
huh?
And he kind of emphasized blackout. So I'm like, there might be something written on a wall somewhere that Woods wrote.
Yeah. See, this is they're on 3-year cycles, right?
Yes.
So this was probably the story that they were gonna originally work on. They were working on.
Honestly, the story of the cutscenes and the little story we got maybe want to go back and actually do the story of Blackout 1, 2, and 3, because I have them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, because I have them all.
Yeah, but then
I just never played them.
Battle Royale got popular, and then they were like, well, let's stop what we're doing with this and focus on that.
And they kind of knew that their single player stuff wasn't that popular.
I've enjoyed the Blackouts, or the Black Ops.
Right, but that's not what keeps you coming back to that game, though.
3 was crazy. Like 3 got a little.
3 I've heard was stupid and nonsensical.
3 got kind of like
it was like all in your head kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like it all took place in your head, and after every specialist mission before you do the skirmish stuff, Wood says something and it's cryptic every single time. Like don't trust so and so. He's a commie bastard. What?
Huh.
So it's like I'm glad I'm not the only one here. I'm glad you're also in this head as well. Like what? Huh? That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, he Wood says some weird things. But I will continue to play a lot of Black Ops. I've been playing a lot more multiplayer than Blackout.
Yeah, I play a little multiplayer, but man, that Blackout is just so good.
Yeah, and
I'm trying to find more people to play with. I'm like tweeting about it and stuff, hoping more people will, be like, "Hey, I'll play," but I haven't found many.
as long as my sister isn't studying for a test, which seems to be all the fucking time, I think we might have a team of 3. So we just need to get a 4th. Play some squads.
That would be great, yeah.
Because, my sister is a huge fan of the Call of Duty series, so she's happy to play. But I tell you what, there has been a couple times I'm like, I want to use my fucking mouse and keyboard. Fuck this shit. Fuck the controller. Fuck the controller. Oh, I have a Google alert set for Black Ops 4 PC deal or whatever. I have a Google alert set for that.
Oh, I meant like maybe One maybe they'll bring support to Xbox.
It will not happen. I can 100% guarantee you it will not happen. Because I'll tell you what, I swear the aim assist in this game is anti-aim assist. Because I swear sometimes it stops me from shooting people. It's like, because like, okay, here's a guy, here's my crosshair, and I shoot here, or I adjust. It's over here. 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 Fuck that.
I feel that way sometimes, yeah, but I don't know.
And there's been a couple times I'm like, why did the aim assist move my cursor? Because there was one time I was throwing a grenade, and an enemy walked right in front of me, so my aim went, What? Seriously, that guy just fucked up my aim because he walked in front of me. Because my cursor locked onto him for a second. Fucked up my aim.
Yeah, that happened. That's happened to me before. It sucks, definitely. So I understand, but yeah, man, Blackout is yeah. I'm gonna be playing Blackout for quite a bit. I really like it.
Well, there's another game you're probably going to play for quite a bit too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you done?
I'm done, yeah.
Oh, the other game's Fallout 76. That just came out.
It did.
I haven't played as much of it as I would have liked. I played it I've only played a few hours of it. Really fun. I'm really liking it. It's interesting. Being able to play a Fallout game with other people is just that's what I've wanted. I've wanted like a co-op Fallout game. And I haven't apparently like if someone shoots at you, you have to shoot at them to initiate to initiate like player damage.
There's a thing called pacifist mode, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, there is. I can tell you. Yes, there is. There's a thing called pacifist mode, where if you hit somebody, it will not do any damage to that person, but they can still kill you. So it is you opting out of PvP, but you're not completely opt out of PvP because that just means you can't retaliate.
Well, from what I was told, like from the person I was playing with, that you both have to shoot each other in order to initiate.
This is in the menus. Like the text says, this stops player damage and opts you out of PvP. Other players can still kill you.
Then what's the point in that?
Because I was watching the Giant Bomb quick look, and they're like, well, that's just fucking dumb. Why have that then?
That is
why is that even an option?
There's events in the world that happen, like kind of like world events and stuff like that. Where it's like wave, like I was in an area, like I was at the airport doing stuff, and then it was like, oh, this event's happening, and it's like waves of enemies, like waves of ghouls coming at you, like you had to complete 5 waves, and apparently that's how you can get some major XP from that. Um, when you're grouped up, you're on the top right. It'll show like the quests and stuff that are being tracked, whether it's and it'll show like whether it's your quest or your teammates' quests. You can see what they have to do, and then there's different markers on the like the like compass or whatever mini map to show you like, oh, you have to go this way for this or this way for that. So that's kind of cool that you can see, oh well, you've got to go do this, and that's closer than my quest, which is over here. So let's knock this out first, and then So that's kind of cool. And then or you can just untrack that stuff. So and just focus on whatever. But I think that's pretty neat. The fact that you can see what your teammates have, what quest they're tracking right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will not pick this game up because this basically takes out the only thing that I did like about Fallout, and that's the unique characters and the story. Because like this just it's just everything but the unique characters and a kind of a story. So I'm like,
Yeah,
it's just this does not.
I understand that. There's a part of me that was like, I kind of miss not having like the companions, but then again, it's like, but your actual friends are your companions now.
Right, yeah, that I could do.
That makes it better because you're doing stuff with actual people and you're actually able to interact with them and talk with them and chit chat about this or that or stuff like that, which it was what I'm looking for. I always love to play games with friends and chat about, you know, oh, did you see what so and so did on, you know, last night, you know, during the NBA game, or talking about, random other stuff, just chatting and while we're doing the same thing. Um
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fun. It really is. I'm enjoying it. It's interesting. Apparently people have found cheats for the nuke codes I saw today. Hopefully that gets patched soon because that's like the big worry everyone's had with that. So
yeah. I've seen some dumb things about like the Fallout nukes are going to teach kids that nukes are fun. The hell?
yeah, because everyone can just go down to the local Walmart and grab a nuke.
Also, this is not the first game to have nukes in it, dummy.
Yeah, like it's Fallout 76.
I
It's like,
I forget where I forget who wrote that. It was a political article. Definitely, and it definitely made its rounds. It's like what the fuck.
well, it's really dumb. But yeah,
Um, but yeah, watching that the giant bomb quick look, they came across a super mutant, which doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's enemies in the game.
They came across a super mutant because he was a vendor.
Oh yeah, there's there,
But that's
yeah,
the thing.
I guess.
Super mutants aren't supposed to exist. That's the thing. In the Fallout timeline, super mutants don't exist yet.
I guess. Yeah, I do remember I saw like something. I think I don't know if it was a super mutant or not, but I did see like a real big giant like mutant type. We
Mm-hmm.
were like freaking out. We're like, oh my god, he's level 50. What? Oh, and it was like, oh, okay, he's a vendor. Okay, that's interesting. That's the NPC character. They said there weren't going to be NPC characters.
There had to have been NPC characters. That made and that them saying there were no NPC characters was a big turnoff for me. I'm like, that's what I like about these types of
Yeah,
games are the NPCs, and you're taking them out. You're making this not fun.
there's so far there's a lot of like audio logs and stuff like that that give you story and you get the characters' personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Which I'm a fan of audio logs. I like audio logs.
sure, yeah, they're fine, but there's got to be more to it than just audio
I don't
logs. This
I
is
don't
this
like
is 2018. We can do more than
yeah,
audio logs these days.
but I don't like just standing there and watching someone talk and tell me. I'd rather have the audio log where you know, or like Borderlands, for example, where you can like talk to the person and then walk away and there you still hear them through like the communications or whatever. while you do other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
It just feels like
I get that.
but yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's a blast. I got it. I got it for, you know, pretty practically free because I sold a Game Pass code and then I got that code for $40. So, you know,
I think this game should not be $60. It's just in my opinion, but just because of, you know, like, this does not equate to what you can do on Fallout 4. So
it's 4 times the size of Fallout 4. The map
right,
is.
but there's just not.
I understand your concerns, and if anyone's interested in picking it up, I would check on like Reddit or stuff, or maybe eBay, because there's a lot of people getting like I think it's the 1S bundles that come with the codes, and they're just selling the codes because the 1S bundles with the are like $2.99, I think.
Okay.
So people are selling the codes for like $40, 40, 45. So that's a way to get it cheaper if anyone's interested. Anyone who's listening.
See, now if they would have done an Elder Scrolls version of this, I'd be all on this.
Isn't it called Elder Scrolls Online?
You're right. It is. I have it. I have it, and I
was
have played it
confused.
twice. You're right. That game has totally just left my mind.
It's an actual MMO, isn't it?
It's an actual MMO, yeah. And you can play first person.
Which this seems like this is testing the waters for like
I guess
MMO.
I guess I would totally not be on it for Elder Scrolls because I have it and don't play it. Thank you for reminding me about that.
I was a little like
I don't even play it. I don't even play it.
Which it's apparently a lot of people like it. There's
it's okay. I think I got stuck in a bug. That's kind of where I stopped playing it. So
yes, but I'm definitely gonna be this and Black Ops 4. That's gonna be back and forth for me.
Yeah, that's me and Red Dead.
I'm trying to think, what am I gonna play tonight? I really want to play some Black Ops, but I need to play more Fallout. I just don't know. I really want to play some Blackout. Anyways.
Well, is that it for you?
That's pretty much it for me. Besides watching some stuff, which I chatted with you pre-show about that. I mean, but then nothing really, nothing related to nothing we should talk about, anyways. Again, so I guess news.
No, because if you look at the show notes, there's something between this and news.
Oh shit! Okay.
Because I came up with a game that I want to play with you. Speaking of playing a game, I fell down a hole the other day of just listening to different voice actors do the same characters, like their versions of characters. And it kind of made me think, like, some of these characters are very similar, and some of them you wouldn't even ever guess, and some of them are laughingly bad. Just real bad. So, I'm going to play a game with Will for the next couple weeks. It's because we're just going to go through this slowly. And we're going to start off with guess that Dragon Ball character.
Okay, let's do this.
I've got a bunch of audio clips from
Dragon Ball, Z Super regular Dragon Ball, or could it be like, or is it?
There could be some GT thrown in there.
Okay.
And I can Super is not. I tell you, the characters I have shown, not going to be any of the characters. This is just I found a guess the character image on Google and just threw that up.
Okay.
So none of these characters are ones that I used.
I try not to think about GT too much, so this is going against everything that I, stand for right now. But
I think I got one character from saying something in GT, but with Dragon Ball was so popular that it has a bunch of different dubs, official dubs. These are all, I'm going to put that out. These are official dubs, not fan dubs, not abridged. Because you may think when I play some of these clips, like the fan dubs are better. Okay. I've got 6 characters. We're only going to go through one. You're going to guess which one this is. So, 1 to 6. I'm going to have you choose.
You 4.
I somehow knew you would say 4, and I was hoping you would, because this has some special ones in it. Some special ones. I was hoping you'd pick 4.
Oh boy, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe it's not my lucky number.
You know what? When I play the last clip, you can pretty much guess who this character is, because I have also edited out any names. Like, very stealthily edit out names, like to where like you can't even tell there was a name supposed to be there. I was so good at this, taking these names out. Except there was one I just left the name in because he says it fucking funny.
Okay.
And it is not a character I picked. Okay.
Combine our body? Are you crazy?
Other than that, I don't see any other way.
I'll never do that. You're too weak. And I'd rather die than doing that.
Any guesses yet? That was the Malaysian dub, by the way.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Vegeta?
I'm gonna keep going. Just final answer by the end. Here is another dub. Okay, these are all different dubs, all different actors being this character.
Oh, same character. Okay.
Yes, same character, different dub.
Gotcha.
No, a super warrior will never give up. I am not here out of kindness. I am here because I want to make certain that you won't be killed by him. It's going to be me who eliminates you, not him.
Oh, yes? Oh, the more the merrier, they say. I must say I am delighted that you're here. It means I can send 2 of you to hell.
That insult is your last. This is his end. I will do this. I'll do as I want.
I'm feeling good about my guess.
You're sticking with Vegeta. And this is the one. This next one, I left the character name that he says in, because he says it's so fucking funny.
I guess it's Kakarot.
No, that would be too easy. Nope, it is not Kakarot. It's not even a character that I even have as one of them. So.
You're also a warrior, I suppose? What's that? I shall go at once to confront this super warrior, whoever he may be. And you go along with me, Broly. You're a coward. I'd never ask you to come. All right, let's go, Broly. He really is a warrior with legendary strength. It's all over. It means the end for all of us. That legendary super space warrior is going to win. There's nothing we can do. He'll defeat us.
I left him saying Broly. Because he says it so weird and so quick. Sticking with Vegeta, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. This next one's like 3 seconds long, so listen quick.
You surpass me.
I think that was from a game.
Oh no.
Okay. Last one. You can pretty much guess who this is by what he's saying. Or at least you can narrow it down a lot.
Let me explain something to you, peasant. We are tested at birth for our warrior strength. The weaker trash like yourself is sent off to conquer planets which pose no serious threat, as its inhabitants are weak. In other words, you're nothing.
Sticking with what you...
Yeah.
It is Vegeta.
It was for the first one. I pretty much knew it just from the dialogue.
How? How could you get Vegeta from this?
Combine our body? Are you crazy?
Other than that, I don't see any other
Vegeta
way.
doesn't want to fuse.
I'll never do that. You're too weak. And I'd rather die than doing that.
I don't even know if that... I have no idea. It could be. If you got that was the fusion scene, good on you, because I did not get that one bit. That was a fusion scene.
Just a bigger fan than you are. Ugh. That's what I thought. You know, you after you played it, I was thinking about it. I was like, what did he say? Yeah, he was talking about fusion. So yeah, he didn't want to fuse because, you know, yeah.
That's good on you for that. I didn't get that he was talking about fusion. It makes sense now.
That's a big thing with Vegeta is, you know, he didn't want to fuse. You know, he's reluctant to. And then it just got easier and easier as it went.
Yeah, once you got Vegeta, I'm like, yeah, you can just see Vegeta saying all these things.
Yeah. Were you upset I guessed it? I got
yeah,
it
a little
right?
bit. A little bit.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Okay, so that was the character this week. Next week, you know, pick a different one.
So I'm 1-0.
Yes, 1-0, and I've got a couple ideas for other shows to do this with instead of other than Dragon Ball. So we're gonna keep this going.
Ready? Sounds good.
All right, now we can go to news.
Alrighty. What you got?
That's a good question. What do I have? Oh, here's kind of a shocking one. Sony. Oops, come on. There it is. Sony is skipping E3 next year.
It's not too shocking. Like,
well, there's no PSX this year. They only showed 4 games last year. What the fuck are they doing? Like literally,
yeah.
What are they coming out with?
I don't know. Are they skipping E3 or are they just not going to be on the showroom floor and have their own thing during that week? Like,
I think they're skipping E3.
Like E3 week.
Yeah, they're not going to be there.
Okay. I mean, we're seeing this happen more and more, right? Like,
yeah, I kind of said this in our Google Hangout. You know, Sony's skipping next year. Nintendo's only been half of there the past couple years. That just leaves the Xbox being like the only one of the big 3 actually going to be there, and I have a feeling they're going to do a heavy emphasis on their PC stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's
Well, at XO 18, Phil Spencer talked a lot about what he would like to see for the PC, and this gives him about 6 months to actually come up with, because they want to redo the Xbox app completely. They're going to introduce Game Pass to the PC, so they've got to have a PC lineup. So yeah, I can definitely see them, and this gives them 6 months to work on that. So I can see next year Xbox being a heavy PC year, because they don't want to talk about their new console yet. They're going to wait, I think, until 2020.
yeah, I could see, their PC play anywhere type stuff.
I don't think it's going to be play anywhere. I think it's going to be PC exclusives, because they say that they want to bring Game Pass to the PC. I don't think it's what people think it is. I don't think it's going to be what, because I've seen a lot of things like, it's going to be the same games, on the Xbox on PC. No, I can 100% guarantee you it will not be. It will not be. Licensing is the big issue. And even if you have Game Pass on the Xbox, I can almost guarantee you they're going to want you to have another subscription to the PC version. Kind of like what EA does. I think look at the way EA does their Origin Premier and their EA Access. The two things are almost identical, but they're for different gaming systems, and they're called different things. They don't interchange with each other. I think it's going to be just like that.
It could be, yeah. So, but yeah, it's sad. E3's really kind of dying, because
this isn't the first time it's been like this, though. I can think, was it 6-7 years ago when it was not even in LA, it was in Santa Monica. That was a weird year.
Yeah,
because it was kind of funky then.
I just think I got accepted to go to E3 a couple years ago. Couldn't afford to go, and it's I haven't really felt the need to try to save up towards it, because towards possibly going, because it just doesn't seem like a point.
No, you can get better. It's better to stay home for E3.
Which sucks, because I want to go, I want to have that experience, but there's not as much experience as previous years.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. And they said they're gonna have their own their own thing, and they're gonna let us know what that is soon. I saw.
I think because the PSX is usually around this time of year, I think.
Yeah, I think early December.
Yeah, I think that there will be a PSX next year, and I think it's going to be before E3.
I could see maybe March.
I'm thinking May.
Oh, you think right before E3?
I'm thinking early May.
Okay, that's interesting.
Because if I think it was March, I think we would hear about it now. Because they want to give people time to save up and book hotel rooms and stuff. So
that's true. Yeah. Okay. What else you got?
Well, see, last weekend was BlizzCon, and They did some things at BlizzCon. And we're going to talk about
down on certain things. I don't know if you've seen.
I haven't seen that. These are just kind of like the 5 biggest things from BlizzCon that they announced. One, Warcraft 3 is getting a remaster edition, which, hey, a lot of people like that game, so that's cool. And this actually gives them a chance to fix some of the continuity stuff that doesn't match up in World of Warcraft to Warcraft 3. Like, there's a dungeon in World of Warcraft that involves time travel, to where you actually go back in time and actually do a kind of a famous mission in Warcraft 3, but like the layout of the town doesn't match up to the one in the MMO, so they're gonna match up the town now to the MMO layout. So it's gonna be kind of stuff like that, which cool.
Okay.
And they have said that all mods and stuff that were made for Warcraft 3 will be able to be carried over to this remaster edition, namely Dota. Because the original Dota mod was a Warcraft 3 mod. So,
oh, okay, that's interesting.
So Dota will work. So the original Defense Against the Ancients will be able to work in this new Warcraft 3.
Okay, what else?
They introduced a new Overwatch character.
Yeah, this was the big news I've heard. From what I've heard, this was like the fan favorite news of like the whole thing.
I think she looks cool. See, Ash? Is that how you say Ash? Ash with an E?
Ash. It's Ash.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of looks like a McCree counterpart, female version. I've actually seen how she plays.
Ash, and there's another name involved with Ash. I haven't really seen anything on this, to be honest.
Ash is the leader of the Deadlock gang. Ash is as dangerous as McCree and twice as mobile. She's got this.
Oh, Bob. That's what it is.
Oh, Bob. Yes, she's got a robot companion named Bob. Which I'm thinking that's her ultimate. I haven't seen how she plays, so I don't know for sure. I'm just going off this new character.
Everybody loves Bob.
Intro. Everybody loves Bob. Yeah. She looks cool. She looks cool. I want to pick up Overwatch on the PC. Again, another PC game I want to play. Or another game on the console I would rather play on the PC.
I'm kind of the same way too. Yeah, I just don't like to double dip. I really don't.
I'm okay with double dipping because all the Battlefield games I own on both the PC and the Xbox.
Does the stuff carry over, like unlockables?
I don't think so.
A lot of good skins on. See, if it was like Fortnite where your skins and stuff carry over, oh, that'd be it's like Humble. They always have it for like $12. I think you can get Overwatch on PC for like $12 now.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. I'm gonna skip over this next one and talk about this one at the end. See, Hearthstone's getting a new expansion called the Rastakhan Rumble. It's troll themed, so that makes sense with the new World of Warcraft expansion out right now. So, and World of Warcraft Classic is going to be out this summer, and it will be part of your World of Warcraft subscription. So it's not any extra.
Servers that people have been
Yes,
wanting.
these are the vanilla servers as of patch 1.12, which is the latest before the expansion, before the first expansion.
This was the controversy where players had created their own and it was taken down, right?
Yes, yeah, and it was taken down, and Blizzard said you don't want to play vanilla. It doesn't play like you remember it. It sucks. Okay, fine, here it is.
Well, because they lost a huge player base, compared to where they once were,
Yeah, well, I mean, vanilla was not their height. Vanilla was not their height.
Yeah.
But yeah, this World of Warcraft Classic will be out this summer, and for no extra charge other than your World of Warcraft subscription, which I think is cool.
That's pretty cool.
That means I would actually try it. Because I did play it back then. That was actually the time. It was actually that patch when I did start playing it. Was right before the first expansion. And the last announcement that was made at BlizzCon was that there is a brand new Diablo game, but it's not Diablo 4. It's only on mobile. It's only on phones, called Diablo Immortal. And boy, were people pissed.
And here's the article about them doubling down on that.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about this.
No, I didn't. Well, first off, Diablo Immortal is a mobile only game, and it's not even being made by Blizzard. It's being made by another company that is known for making Diablo clones. And a lot of people are saying that it looks a lot like their other games, which, sure, because they were already making clones.
Is it the Path of Exile, people?
No.
No.
It is not. It is some... No, a lot of people are saying, well, I'm just going to play Path of Exile now.
That's what I heard then. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy. And a lot of people, because a lot of people were wanting, they were really wanting Diablo 4. And this is not taken away from Diablo, from them making Diablo 4. They are making Diablo 4. It's just not in any state to show.
Yeah.
But the fact that Blizzard came out and said that we've got big Diablo news ahead of time, and right after the opening ceremony was a Diablo conference, and the whatever conference is right after the opening ceremony is usually the highlight of the show.
Okay.
And it was Diablo, so a lot of people were thinking Diablo 4. They came out ahead of time and said, no, it's not Diablo 4. Okay? Diablo 3 expansion. Because they've only had one. Or a new class, something. And they came out with this, and people weren't happy.
Yeah.
And there were, there's during the Q&A, one of the guys got up and said, is this just an early April Fool's joke? Is this real? And a lot of people kind of applauded him for saying that. Like, no, this is a real thing. You can play it on your phones. and and the stage got booed for that. And
someone asked them.
And like they got on stage like, do you not have phones?
Yeah, I thought someone said something. He was like, everyone's got a phone, right? Or something stupid like that.
Yeah, he just they were not expecting that people don't like phone games, which I don't know why.
It's not that.
And from what I've heard, the game, the game is actually not bad. But
it's not that. It's not the fact that it's a mobile game. It's the fact of the way they presented it.
Yeah, it is the way that they presented it, and it is.
They didn't even have a thing that said, "Don't worry, we're working on the next main Diablo game, Diablo 4."
They did come out and say it afterwards.
But not at the conference.
No, not at the conference.
Yeah, they should have said that.
And apparently there was going to be a Diablo 4 teaser.
Yeah, when that came out, people.
And it was pulled.
Like last minute.
Yeah. I'm trying to kind of read this article as I'm talking. Oh, they have more. There's more coming. Good. So there's going to be more Blizzard games on phones. I think
So the doubling down I was mentioning, they came out and they said, we're making mobile games for all of our IPs, and they're putting their actual developers, not just they're actually putting their actual developers, from what I hear, on these projects too.
Yeah, the only mobile game that has worked for them has been Hearthstone, which makes complete sense. I mean, even their mobile apps, like their companion apps, don't people just stop using. Because there's been a couple companion apps to World of Warcraft, and people use them for a while and then don't, and they eventually get taken down. But yeah, this would have been better presented as something like a PAX or something not BlizzCon.
Or they immediately say, don't, and we are working on, and show at least
they
the
didn't
logo
expect
of Diablo 4.
They didn't expect this backlash, so they didn't have anything to say.
Well, apparently they did, because they were originally going to show
right,
off.
which was then they said, no, we're not going to, so don't even mention it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah.
I mean,
it was crazy how they were like, you were mad about the mobile game? Well, don't worry, we're making mobile games for all the franchises, all the IPs.
But from what I hear, though, the BlizzCon did not go over well at all, because there were huge security problems. Because this was right after there's been a lot of there was other game events that have been targeted for attacks and stuff. So they kind of doubled down on security, but
that can be a nightmare too. Yeah.
Apparently, there was 4 hours waiting in lines for security. And this is coming from people who are I listen to podcasts, from people who are there. One of them was even a guy on stage, a talent on stage, and apparently one of the security guys come up to him and went, "So you're talent, huh? You gonna do a little dance, make a little sing a little song, huh? Do it right now." Apparently, the guy was like, he wasn't joking. He was serious.
That's stupid.
It's like, I'm a dude talking on stage. It's like, what? And he also had, and that was when he had the talent badge. The next day he had a media badge, because he is media. This was Scott Johnson. He does the he does a podcast for everything Blizzard. There's a podcast for every game that he does, everything Blizzard. And he was saying that, you know, one of the guys in front of him, a friend of his, also media badge, but had like a bunch of like camera equipment and you know all this, this recording equipment, all that stuff. The lady just kind of moved him along. He had a little Zoom mic. Just a Zoom mic to do his interviews. The lady wouldn't let him in. Like, what? This guy had that too, and then more. No, you can't go. So he had to have his wife stand outside with the mic while he went in and recorded interviews on his iPhone.
Wow.
And like someone else apparently saw somebody else pay a security guard $20 to let him skip the line. That was immediately reported and the dude was fired, but still.
It seems like, it was a nightmare.
Like, hey, you know who doesn't care about money? Someone who's going to go into one of these places and shoot it up. It's like, come on. So yeah. So add to that Diablo Immortal. Yeah, you're going to get fucking booed.
Yeah, I imagine.
So, yeah, that was BlizzCon.
That all was big news last week.
Yeah, that was last week.
Would have been a lot more relevant last week.
Yeah. Here's another funny bit of news. A game that we both love, just with our hearts love. It's coming out of alpha after 5 fucking years and going into beta. DayZ. DayZ has been in alpha for 5 years. It is just now going into beta, but still keeping its promise that it will go full release by the end of the year.
What?
Yeah. That's the other thing. It's like, yeah, it's coming out of alpha, going into beta, but it's still supposed to go full release 1.0 by the end of the year.
Okay.
And from what I've seen, it's still broken.
This is one of the most disappointing games for me. I was so excited for DayZ, and it seemed like so much fun, and just, boy, was I disappointed.
And there's a game out there right now that is 10 times better than DayZ. That's Scum. Scum is way better than DayZ, and they're coming out with new stuff all the fucking time. Like, apparently recently they added guitars, banjos, and harmonicas to the game, and you can straight up, using a keyboard, play songs.
Oh,
like,
wow.
keys are with strings and stuff, and like alts to like go down the frets, and like I've seen people playing, dual the banjos. I've seen people playing Oh, Reigns of Castamere. You know, I've seen videos of people just playing these amazing songs
I
in
want to see the
Scum.
mod where someone hooks up a Guitar Hero controller.
But well, what you can hook up. I can have physical like keyboard to the game, like a
Oh wow.
like a musical keyboard. Actually, play music that way. Like that. That's and that's and it already does things better than Daisy. Like, God, come on. That game.
Yeah.
That game.
We talk about Daisy more than we need to.
We do. Okay, moving on. And you know what? I should have had this during our E3 talk, because something I think that Microsoft is going to talk about at E3 is a discless Xbox One that is rumored to come out next year.
Now, is this going to be an Xbox One, a One X, One S? What?
I would think it'd be an X. See, according to Eurogamer, looks like it's an S.
That makes sense, yeah. I was about to say it might be an S, because at the X price, I don't think, I don't think.
Well,
not
this
having a
could
drive
cost
would-
about $100. So
Yeah.
that's the rumor. A discless Xbox One S for $100.
Boy, that would be huge for Microsoft if they could do that.
I think so.
That would be huge.
So I think, yeah. Again, the technology is there. We don't have the infrastructure for everybody to do this, and that's that. I
Not
keep
for
coming.
everybody, but
No,
that's
yeah,
the thing.
this will not be for everybody, unfortunately. Even
For
if you
us,
can afford
though,
it,
we could use this.
sure.
I mean,
I do have a couple of discs though, so
oh, gotcha.
like my Elder Scrolls Online is a disc.
But a lot of people, their Xboxes are their Blu-ray players too. So
True. But I think this is it's a good idea. It's a good idea because because a lot of my games are digital, especially at $100.
Yeah, it really would.
We will. This will either because right now this is just a rumor, but I think this would either come out around E3 or a little bit before.
Yeah, I could see that. Microsoft, they do announce some stuff right before E3. I mean, they announced the Xbox One right before E3.
Right.
So I could definitely see this. Yeah.
But that's it for me. What do you got?
I got a couple quick things. Looks like Nuketown is out for Black Ops 4.
For PlayStation.
If you're on the PS4. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be like when it's coming to the other, to PC or Xbox.
I'm thinking either this or next week or the week after.
Yeah, because apparently, the exclusivity is a week now.
I think so. That's also what I heard.
Is great. That's great because a month kind of sucked. and something like Destiny where it's a year, that really sucks. So it's good to see Activision is, maybe they'll start doing less exclusivity, timed exclusivities, maybe. I don't know, but man, people were. I was like, so they're gonna bring Nuketown, right? And people were like, I don't know, they've done it every time, and I'm like, of course they've done it every time. Why wouldn't they? It's like
Nuketown is not the greatest Call of Duty map. Come on, Nuketown is not the greatest Call of Duty map.
I disagree.
No,
but
it's not the greatest.
It's so great. It's amazing.
Vacant is the greatest Call of Duty map ever.
I don't even know which one that is.
That is Modern Warfare. It's Modern Warfare map. Some of it is outside. A lot of it is a building. And there's a center courtyard.
I never played Modern Warfare 1, so.
Or that, or Shipment.
I've
Also
heard
good.
Shipment, yeah. A lot of people say that one's up there with Nuketown.
It's smaller than Nuketown.
Wow, that's shocking because Nuketown's pretty small.
Here, I'll just send you a link. Oops, that's not it.
But yeah, so it's out if you have it on if you have Black Ops on PS4 and it's free. So that's nice, That's a nice thing they're doing, for Call of Duty players. They're not gonna charge for Nuketown. They're like,
no, yeah.
We're gonna be. Here's a little goodwill,
Like people were already kind of pissed at this game because of the stuff that we mentioned before. Of PC not having exclusive updates like they were promised, and the update that this came out with broke Melee. Imagine if you had to pay for Nuketown.
Oh. Yeah. Or if it was part of the season pass, that'd be even worse.
Oh, yeah.
So
like, because people are complaining about the battle pass, the tier system stuff. They're because it is pay to get everything, because you have to pay over $1,000 to get everything.
Yeah, technically, but like we were saying, past tier 200, it's just like random stuff that's not going to be. It's probably not going to be like exclusive to that battle pass.
We don't know yet. Until we'll know next month, or by the end of the year, when the second one comes up, what's a holdover, what's not.
True, but yeah, I mean, and it's the same with Fortnite. You can buy the tiers if you want and stuff like that, but at least they're making an effort to do the double XP, and they give you the option whether or not you want to Blackout. You can earn XP through Blackout. You want to do multiplayer, you can earn the XP through multiplayer.
But not zombies.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I still need to play more zombies. I used to love zombies, and they're, from what I've heard, the zombies mode's pretty good. They have like 3 maps, I think, 3 different ones.
I thought it was 4.
I think the 4th one's part of the battle pass, or part of the season pass. Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe it's 4, and then the 5th one's part of this. I don't know.
Did you hear about the tester who was fired recently, and just went fuck it and just spoiled, just gave out a bunch of Easter eggs?
No, I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, there was a tester who got fired. He said he he thinks wrongly. So he just said, you know what? Here's all the Easter eggs and how to do them.
Because that's the big thing. Like that's the
Yeah.
big thing behind the zombies is the Easter eggs, and they've evolved with each new zombie map and each new game into this like massive thing. It used to be something, small, small little Easter eggs, and they've just turned into their own stories, their own like mini zombie campaigns, if you will. So that's pretty big. I'm sure that dude's getting sued.
I've not heard anything about what happened after that, other than he did it.
I'm sure he signed an NDA though.
Probably.
So yeah. Anyways, so Nuketown hopefully will come next week for Xbox and PC players. Next thing is it's nothing really to talk about, but apparently Bungie is working to fix load times for Destiny 2 because apparently like the average load time is like 2 minutes long to fly into a planet.
I've been hearing a lot of Destiny stories recently, like that that Forsaken is considered a failure
To Activision.
To Activision, it's a failure, and that Destiny but Bungie is so desperate to have players play Destiny 2 that they're giving the game away.
Yeah, the Activision expected more than Forsaken did, but I think Forsaken still did pretty well. Like a lot of
right, but it didn't bring
players
back a lot of players.
Yeah, you see, it's because Destiny. It's always been okay. Yeah, you put out a good expansion in the fall, but it's always been like, what are you gonna come out with something good? You know, what's the next content gonna be? That's where it's always like, you know, well, it's not that great. So, this next, like, I think it's December 4th is gonna be the next DLC that comes out, and that's gonna be a big telling point for them. Whether if this comes out and it's a big success, then I think we can expect a lot. We can see that Bungie's actually changed and they're actually trying to put out good content and more content. We'll see about that, but like, yeah, Activision's trying to get you to play. They're wanting you to come
Yes,
back to Destiny.
they're trying to get me to play Destiny 2, and I'm like, no, because Destiny was not what I want it to be, and it was not what it was promised to be.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to change that. Or at least that they're saying they're trying to change that. And it's just a wait and see right now, Like
And
Forsaken was great, and I played through it, and I pretty much did all the main content I want to do. The raid, I don't really want to go through all the raid stuff because it seems kind of overwhelming. Because when you get to the end, there's like 20 different chests to choose from, and like there's a rare exotic weapon that's really like OP and amazing, and it's like it's not like, oh, you get a drop and it's random that you get it or not. It's like you have to choose your own RNG, and I don't like that because it's just like it's a little overwhelming, and I kind of get disappointed in myself because, oh, I picked the wrong chest, that sucks. Versus I completed the raid. I beat the boss. Did I get the drop? No. Okay. Well, that's just the RNG that, it I could always be like, that's RNG for you. But, making it to where, oh, I picked this chest, or oh, my friend picked this chest before I could. He got the weapon. Crap. You know? I don't like
yeah,
that. I've done the raid twice, and that's it. Like, I've been offered to do the raid, and I'm just like, I don't really want to go through all that hassle because I just don't like the feeling at the end. It's just not. It just doesn't feel rewarding, or you know. And that
I think
the raids are the best part. I've always talked about how I love the raids, and
Brad from Giant Bomb kind of put it best. He said that Destiny 1 was too much grind, and then in Destiny 2 they just took it away altogether. And so now they're just kind of trying to put it back.
That's a good way to put that. Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy. But the load times are ridiculous. They really are. Like, even
Yeah, I mean, look
opening
at our thing. It's still loading for us. I mean, go on.
But even pressing the menu button to the inventory takes like 5 seconds for your inventory to like show up.
That's
So, if you're in the middle of something, or you're trying to, if you're in the middle trying to switch weapons real quick or something, like, it's like you're screwed, or it's ridiculous. It really is. Like, pressing the menu button and having to wait 5 seconds for your inventory to show up, because the screen pops, and you can see all the like grids and the square grids and stuff where the items are. They just don't load in yet. That's just bad. And people having to average. I've heard that the average time is like 2 minutes to load into a planet. That's just ridiculous. And I used to experience that. That's why I got a small SSD, so that I could, put games like Destiny and a couple others that I'm playing, like Black Ops, and, I have Fallout on there now. The main games I'm playing, I'll rotate out as I'm not playing, but just so the load times are better. The Destiny, but yeah, I just realized I'm playing Destiny 2, and man, there's like so way too much loading. Like, really and truly, if I'm waiting 2 minutes each time, and I'm loading to load in to do activities on this planet, load back out, go to the tower, load back to another planet, like, you get to like 10, 15, 20 minutes of loading times, and like 2-3 hour session. That's
that
ridiculous.
was kind of my complaint with Destiny 1. It was like there was too much jumping around with load times. I'm like, nah.
They fixed that in Destiny 1, because they made it to where you didn't have to like return to the tower to redeem bounties, turn in bounties.
Mm-hmm.
You could just, once you completed it, you could go to your you could go to your inventory and just click redeem. So they have done stuff like that, but if they made if the load times were better, then they wouldn't have to worry about that as much. But I'm glad they're finally doing some quality of life stuff with. But right now I'm like, I'm kind of done with Destiny 2 until the next, until this Armory DLC, the Black Armory, comes out in December.
I now have Destiny 2 on PC, but I'll probably never play it.
I have it on PC.
I got mine for free. So did you.
I got mine with my graphics card. Yeah. Long ago. A couple years ago.
Yeah, I'll probably never play it. So
I've wanted to try it out on PC. I have, but I don't know. Just to see how it plays on PC.
Apparently, PC is actually where it's at.
I have no doubt, but unfortunately, I don't know anyone who plays it on PC. That's why I'm on Xbox.
Like, people left consoles to go to PC for that game.
Oh yeah,
probably because of load times.
Well, that and all those frames.
True.
You know, playing at 60 frames is 4K. It's pretty good. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. Just a couple little things that I thought I'd just little more relevant. Last week when we were supposed to do the show than this week, but
Yeah.
I didn't really see too much news this week. Nothing, too important to talk about.
Nothing that I didn't add.
Yeah. So be sure to check out our website, thegeeksftw.com. There's links to our Twitch, our YouTube, our Mixer. You can watch us record this live. Typically we recorded in what, like 6 to 7 Eastern we start.
No, we don't. We start usually around 6:37.
It's between 6 and 7 Eastern. Yeah.
Even though we tell ourselves, oh yeah, 6 is podcast time, but we don't usually start till like 45 minutes later. So.
Oh, that's because we're chatting, and then you're making sure stuff works, and we may have technical difficulties, like we kind of were.
Yeah, that ends up working themselves out.
So you can watch us live and end up, asking us questions or chiming in or, stuff like that. We tweet it out whenever we go live to record. So,
that we do.
You could follow us, and, if you have your notifications on, you'll get that. Or you can follow us on Twitter at the GeeksFTW. Stuart is at Casual Terror, and I am at Geeky William. So be sure to follow us. And yeah, I guess that's it. Unless you got anything else, Stuart.
Nope. That's all I got.
Alrighty. We'll see you next time.
Bye. All right. So what do you think of my game idea that I just threw at you?
I like it, especially since I won so easily. It kind of
I tell you, some of the other ones will not be as easy.
Did you think this was easy or tough though?
Well, the fact that you got that on the first one, that got me. I'm like, how the fuck did you get it on the first guess?
Dude, I'm a huge fan. Like, I remember, what was it? It was like 5th, 6th grade. I would use my allowance, and I would go get the VHS tapes from, what was it? Sam Goody.
Okay.
I would get them from Sam Goody, that later became FYE or FYE, and then later just closed at our mall. But I would get them when they would release, like, because that was the only way to watch them before, because Toonami they would take way too long to go on Toonami. So I would get them, like, and I'd make sure I paid the extra like $2 to get the uncut versions that would added like 2-3 extra minutes. Yeah, so I was, man, way into. Then I think I I ended up buying on eBay. They were on CD-ROMs. It was like the entire series of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and GT. In it was what's it called? It was subtitled.
Okay.
Because they didn't have all the Dragon Ball, because the Dragon Ball dubs came like way after the fact. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
They only had 1 through 26 until like Z ended, and then they like came out with the dubs for Dragon Ball.
Well, Ocean did, yeah.
So that was the crazy thing, you know. You you'd be watching, it's like Red Ribbon Army, and you're like, I have no idea what that is. 'Cause, you know, you didn't know because they didn't have the regular, the US dubs.
But I think one of the other shows that I'm thinking about doing is TMNT. Because holy crap, are there a lot of different TMNT voice actors?
That I may not that may be tougher to do. Like that may be near impossible to do, I guess. Honestly.
I'll probably include some movie quotes and stuff, so that might help.
Because, it's like, yeah. Like, which TMNT are you talking about?
All of them.
Oh, all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. It's depending on the TMNTs, that may be like, yeah, near impossible. Like was it the 80s?
I'll only have like 5 clip because of how I have this set up.
Yeah.
So I don't confuse
the
myself.
80s version, the Turtles, they didn't really have much, like their personalities were pretty similar in the 80s. Like,
yeah, they were.
There were slight differences in their personalities, but they were all like, you know, pretty similar. So
yeah,
that could be very tough. But something like, Vegeta, I was able to pick that out. I think Vegeta might be he might be my favorite now. He's just had so much growth and character development. I used to like Gohan the most, but they just don't do anything with him.
not anymore. No.
Yeah, like Cell Games was amazing, and then they made him kind of a joke.
Yeah. Then he got lazy. He got lazy and had a kid.
Oh, what'd you think of the latest All Systems Goku?
Trying to think of what episodes they talked about. Oh right, they one with Boo ate Deborah, and they broke.
They hate Deborah, don't they? Like,
they didn't like Deborah.
Like, I'm kind of like, Deborah was a cool looking character. Like,
he was very generic. I mean, look at him today though, because that's what they are. They're looking at him today.
That's true, I guess. But,
they're looking at Deborah today.
Watching it as a kid back then, like, there was something ominous about Deborah.
There was a funny thing during the Fallout 76 quick look. Apparently, there are like petrified ghouls.
Oh
that
yeah.
once you loot them, they fall apart. When that happened, Jeff goes, "Oh no! I knocked over Piccolo's statue. He'll be pissed."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, some of their reactions though are the reactions I've had. Like, you think Shin, Supreme Kai his introduction was like,
it was awesome, and it was awesome at first, and then he turns out to be a fucking joke. Talking about a joke character, Shin
exactly
is it's like he looks so cool in those because I went back and rewatched a lot of the episodes that they're on now, and like, man, Shin looked like a fucking badass.
And they don't even have the reference.
He wasn't.
They don't even have the reference of the Otherworld tournament where you see all the amazing fighters, and then it's the Grand Kai. And then Piccolo says, "Are you the Grand Kai?" And he's like, "No." And then Kibito's like, "He's the Supreme Kai," and you're like, "Oh shit! What?"
Yeah.
You know, the Grand Kai was supposed to be so much more powerful than Goku.
Yeah, because of that, like their reaction to like, cause Jeff kind of knows that King Kai is North Kai, but like the other Kais, like they didn't really, they met South Kai once. That was it.
Well, the other Kais were in the Otherworld tournament though. That's what they don't get.
Yeah, so they have zero reference to the Kais.
Yeah, so that's but yeah, being like, oh my god, it's the Supreme Kai and then you find out, oh no, the Supreme Kai is like bullshit. He's like weak and puny and
wait until they meet Old Kai.
And oh my god, and just is a joke. And then you find out, oh, the Supreme Kai is only the Supreme Kai because he was the only one who wasn't killed. Boo. So he got the job by default.
I'm reminded of Old Kai's dance for Goku. I'm sorry, Gohan.
Gohan. Yeah.
To raise his power level, his dance that took what, like 2 episodes to do? Like it was fucking forever.
Wasn't it like supposed to be like 12 hours or something? Like
Yeah.
in real time? Yeah. Something crazy long? Yeah. But yeah, that's just, you know, they really dropped the ball. And then you find out in Super that like the Supreme Kai was like there's only 12 planets that have life on them because the Supreme Kai hasn't been doing his job.
Yeah. Well, he was not ready for the job. He was not ready for the job. Let's put it out. He was not ready for the job to be Supreme Kai. He was still in training. And then Boo fucked it up.
I don't know. It's crazy. You know,
it's like because Shin was on the level of Zamasu. Shin was in Zamasu's place when he was put into his position.
Yeah, but you know he's had a long time to, you know.
Evolution takes time.
But I mean, we know he was called out though, you know, for not doing his job. So
he absolutely was.
So it's it's a joke. It really is. But you know, his first introduction was
cool and mysterious, and he was as cool as a cucumber. Now he's freaking out all the time.
Yeah, and oh my god, we have to all team up together and fight. And you know, that's when I'm like that's when I was starting to think, this dude doesn't know anything. Like, you know,
yeah,
he's not that strong. How is I don't know. Like,
and Boo doesn't make sense to me. Really, kind of, that I think about it, because right now, where they're at, Boo should be at his most powerful. But then they get rid of parts of him, and he becomes more powerful. Like Evil Boo and Kid Boo, like that doesn't make sense.
He's got the Kai, like you know, he's got Shin's like master or whatever, you know.
Like, yeah, his predecessor.
Yeah, he's got him like absorbed, so that's, you know, and that's kind of keeping him tame.
Good.
Good, kind of, you know.
Right, but then we got Evil Boo, and then they remove even more of him, and he becomes Kid Boo, which was his original form.
Yeah.
How is Kid Boo more powerful than Evil Boo? That doesn't make sense.
Because he's got no person. I mean, his personality. I don't know. It's
Evil Boo. I mean, his Evil Boo should be his evilest form, but then we get Kid Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's look, Toriyama.
didn't have
forgets
any
a lot of
plans.
stuff.
I get that. He doesn't
forgets
plan stuff out and then forgets a lot of it.
Forgets a lot of stuff. Like, that's just the way it is.
That's true. Yes, he does.
But yeah. I love their Vegeta impressions.
Their Vegeta impression is really good. Same with Hercule.
I'm always out in public when I'm listening to the podcast, and I'm just like, trying not to laugh and seem like an idiot when they do their Vegeta impressions.
Because they do Vegeta so well. And they make him say just the dumbest things.
It's so funny, yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see there was a video floating around? It was from a con. It was oh my god, Chris Sabat, where somebody had him say something that Vegeta line as All Might and an All Might line as Vegeta.
Ooh, wow.
And he's like, that felt so wrong.
Wow. That's crazy. Speaking of funny things, Rooster Teeth, they have, I think it's out on YouTube. I've been watching on the Rooster Teeth, site. But they're Gork's Quest.
Oh, I know of it.
Yeah, they have they put out 4 episodes this week. The first 2 are like some of the funniest things ever. Like, I laughed so much. Like, that's some good stuff. And I saw in the comments, people were like, "This is just like on the spot. Why are you?" And I'm like, except for it's not garbage. Like, I do not like on the spot.
I don't either. Although I do like Whose Spot Is It Anyway? That's funny. When they which I haven't watched it this year. I did watch it last year, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, but the first couple episodes of the Gork's Quest it's pretty good stuff. I would definitely check that out. The last one was kind of like people I don't really care about were on it. Like what was it? I think Lindsay was the big one on it.
There are too many. I'm having trouble finding this audio clip. Just like Vegeta as All Might, and I come across a bunch of Vegeta goes plus Ultra. Like, there's too many of these.
Wow. I wonder in Kai if they're gonna focus if they're gonna show like the Hercule Boo stuff, like how much of that they show.
They should.
Because Hercule saved the Earth legitimately.
Absolutely, with Boo, yeah.
Like, he legitimately saved the Earth. Like, and that's kind of a big thing. Like, if you really think about it, the character that's been like BSing everybody and lying about stuff, actually did good. And a lot of people forget about that Hercule saved the Earth once. For real. Oh, I guess they didn't get to see the little Cell Saga animated film at the tournament.
Yeah,
Remember
they did.
that?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, they mentioned seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, they absolutely mentioned it, and they did straight up lines of Vegeta from
That
it.
was so hilarious. Like that was one of the funniest things. It was so stupid. God, wait till they see Deborah like in heaven with Chi Chi and Vital.
Okay, I got Goku ordering a pizza. Done by Sean Smeal.
Okay. Am I supposed to be hearing something?
No, it's just me, and it's only my right ear, which is really weird.
That sounds pretty weird. What do you do for dinner? I kind of want to go to McDonald's because McRib is back. Can't think of the last time I've had a McRib.
I've never had it.
They're pretty good.
Although I feel like I've had it from school lunches.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of. I saw it on Reddit, and I can't think of like what. Oh, it had to be in the anime subreddit. For some reason, the other day I was like, I'm kind of bored, but I want to watch a show that I don't have to pay attention to, that I've already seen before. Just don't have to pay attention to it. So I started watching the Misadventures of Psyche K on Netflix. It's a good show.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
You would like it. It's kind of it's a quality of life show, but it's a slice of life show. But if that life was a teenager with psychic powers, and all of them, like all the psychic powers, and he's he can destroy the earth with a thought.
What's it called?
The Misadventures of Psyche K.
I mean, the disastrous life.
The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Yeah.
Okay.
Like he doesn't speak. Like he doesn't speak, and he communicates through telepathy, but nobody catches on about it. But you don't know if he's speaking to somebody, or if it's in his inner monologue that is going on the entire time.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go and get something to eat, and then
Okay.
I might be on blackout.
I might join you.
Alrighty. Let me know. Alrighty. I'll see you later.
Alrighty, see you.